Should we expect to see a starting 11, barring maybe Matty Ryan, that you'll want to run out against India, or is this the time for experimentation and we'll see a couple of maybe surprising faces?
Look, I think I can be open, honest with you blokes and tell you straight away that probably we'll start Gethin Jones because I need to see him in a game with where he needs to connect with the players. Obviously, he hasn't played with the boys before, but I will say that playing him in his role that he plays at his club will make things much easier for him. We did 11v11 yesterday at training, 2 times 15, 16 minutes, and he was very good. So that'll probably be the only real surprise that you will see, if I say that as a surprise. So there's a few players obviously that need some match minutes that haven't played for the last couple of weeks, like a Mitchell Duke in Japan, where the J League stopped and finished at the end of November. But mate, I've got 26 very, very good players here, and already getting headaches on who to start and who not to start, and everyone's turned up fit and ready to go. So yeah, it's going to be fun selecting not only the side for this one against Bahrain, but in the future of the Asian Cup.
And I guess just as a follow-up to that, what do you do about the goalkeeping situation? Does Matty Ryan play in a mask? Does Lawrence Thomas start? Joe Gauchi, 45 minutes each? What's the go?
Okay, so Matty's out for this one, but he's doing full training. But again, Joey, it's a question of what happens if Matty gets sick, or if something happens to Matty injury-wise, and what's next? Who's next? You know, we've had a retirement in that position in Danny Vukovic, and obviously Andrew Redmayne's at an age where he might not make the next World Cup, but we've also got to look at the future. So, as I said, we've got one training session left today, and the discussion today obviously will be about the starting 11 with the staff, and as I've always said, John Crawley has a big role to play on that side of it and who plays in goals.
George?
Hey Andy, thanks for that, Joey. Andy, on a similar tangent, you've got 2 guys there. Marco Tilio not had a lot of minutes at Clubland, and Riley McGree obviously just coming back from injury. I know he had a couple of games before he came away with you guys. What kind of state are those 2 in?
Fantastic. Riley McGree, seeing him yesterday, probably the last 6 weeks that he's had that injury, 6 to 7 weeks has probably freshened him up. He looks in great shape. And again, we've got competition for those places, and it might be a matter of sharing those match minutes tomorrow with another player, but at the end of the day, he's in fantastic shape. Tilio looked extremely sharp yesterday, and he's come in with a lot of motivation, which I expect.
I'll just follow up on something you touched on in your first answer to Joey. Throughout your tenure, Arnie, right back's kind of been one of those positions where you've, by force of nature, coincidence, whatever it is, you've Deganek, Karacic, Grant, and now Miller, Atkinson, and Jones.
Yep.
To what extent is this friendly? Do you have a guy who you, in your mind's eye, who is your starting right back, and how much of a chance is this friendly for someone to make a statement and say that jersey's mine?
No, that's a great question because, at the World Cup we used 3 right fullbacks, Nathaniel, Fran and Milos Deganek as a flat right fullback. And it is a position that I'm just waiting for one of these players to take it, put their hand up and take the jersey and say it's mine. And, we've got a couple of those positions in the team that is open still to be filled. And right back has been obviously with Ryan Strain out, and Strainey did fantastically well against England and a couple of those games in New Zealand, and Lewis Miller did well last camp, and that's why I brought 3 right backs in, because obviously Gethin is someone that's coming in new, but he's got that experience. He's 27, 28 years of age, and obviously he hasn't been in with the squad before, but Nathaniel has, and so has Lewis. So at the end of the day, it's we are creating depth and building depth there, but I'm wanting one of them to really put their hand up and say, this is mine.
And Luke, over to you.
Just with Gethin, Arnie, and hello to you, mate. Hope you're well.
can you just elaborate on it for us as to what he brings to the table that excites you so much?
Yeah, look, he brings already good experience. He's 28, as I said, 28 years of age. He's played with Harry Sutter before. I went and watched him play at Bolton, and it's just another addition to the squad and the numbers. As I said, it's a position that has been up for grabs for the last couple of years, and I'm still looking and will continue to look for, to improve positions right across the whole pitch, not only just a right fullback. And as I said, Gethin brings good experience. He's fit into the culture and the group so well already that, when I sat down with the kid yesterday, he said to me, it feels like I've been here forever already, and that's the perfect answer that you want. And he's fit in perfectly well. But again, it's a fact that I want to start him tomorrow because he's, yes, probably on the left side of him. He's playing with a guy who he's played with before in Harry, but in front of him and around him he hasn't. So it's important that we give him that opportunity to do that tomorrow.
Just as a follow-up, I haven't seen too much of him at Bolton, and obviously he's not been on certainly my radar. I know he's been on yours and the coaching staff, so I haven't seen too much of him. Is he a guy who sort of likes to overlap or make bombing on runs, or is that type of his go?
Mate, he can play. He can play right centre back of a back three. He can play as an inverted fullback. But what I do like about him and what I have seen is his overlapping runs, and he's got a very good final pass in the final third. So, yeah, as I said, it's one that we with my expectations is going to go well.
Thanks, Luke. 9 Sky and 10 Exchange. If anyone's actually on here, it's not just a record. Please just raise your hand and I'll come to you. Otherwise, Casey, I'll come to you now, and then we'll just go back to the floor for any further questions of Barney.
Hi, no worries. Hi, Ani. You have a strong balance of the experience and the youth in the squad, as you said a few weeks ago in December. Will this be reflected out on the field, or will the experienced heads be favoured more trying to get your heads in the cup?
No, look, the experienced players are crucial for the culture of the Socceroos, but also off the field and in and around, and obviously their messaging and their leadership. But on the pitch, whether it's 1, 2, 3 or 4 senior players, they are crucial in what we're doing and what we've done. And it's important that we continue to grow. I would say today that, the players like Kai Rolls, Harry Sutter, Keanu Bacchus, Riley McGree, they're not that young anymore. We still call them young, but mid-20s. But they've had great experiences already, being to a World Cup. This will be their first Asian Cup. They're playing regularly club football and doing very well overseas. So, they're the ones that we're looking at for, to step up even more.
I want to flash back to one of your answers to George. You mentioned you were waiting for a right back to stand up and really make that shirt their own. I'd be curious to know how many positions in that squad do you think are positions wherein players have stood up and made the shirt their own? Like I can imagine, like Matty Ryan in goal, Mitch Duke up front. Obviously, it comes with a disclaimer they have to keep performing. But how many positions do you feel a player has stood up and made that shirt their own so far?
Yeah, and that's the thing, Joey. It's like you said Mitch Duke, but Duke is 33 years of age. I've got to make sure I got someone ready just in case. And, Craig Goodwin on the left, 32 years of age. I've got to make sure I got someone there as well. When I say that I'm waiting for someone to grab that right fullback shirt and take it their own, they're right across the whole pitch. It's important that everyone is performing and doing well. And, as I said, with some experience in and around, the energy of the boys yesterday was fantastic. And it's obviously they brought that into camp, but, we're growing as a squad. And it's, I looked at Japan's 26-man squad. They got 14 players that were at the World Cup in Qatar. We've got 13 players that were at the World Cup in Qatar. And we can't look back. We have to look forwards. And that's the most important thing for me is that, the past is the past, but the present and the future is crucial. And making sure that we're staying focused on that as well. and we're here to win the Asian Cup, Joey. You know, it's as I said to the boys yesterday, you know, once every 4 years you get this chance. You know, it's twice every 4 years you get 2 opportunities to play in major tournaments, and when you go to those major tournaments, you've got to go with the expectations to win it. Otherwise, we're wasting our time. And you know, so that's, again, we've got to. I believe got a strong, balanced squad. The energy the boys are bringing in is fantastic, and I expect us to do well.
Another one from you, Joe?
Yeah, just following up, I guess, also from that. I'm loving the follow-ups at the moment. But you talk about the importance of the Asian Cup, and it feels like we have this conversation, we have it with AFCON as well. At the moment, a lot of European clubs are quite, and fans are quite perturbed at losing players to the Asian Cup. Do you think this is a tournament that deserves more respect in Europe and more recognition for what it means to this continent?
Well, this is the European Cup of Asian football. And, you know, I saw a great response from Ange Postecoglou about that. You know, he got asked about Son going away, and Ange was very supportive of Son going to play for South Korea, and how big a tournament the Asian Cup is. And, you know, I don't think it's disrespected in any way. It's at all. I think, if anything, the managers and clubs, you know, get a bit irritated with the timing of the Asian Cup in January, and you know, right in the middle of a lot of the seasons, obviously over in Europe, when they're taking players from Asia and bringing them across to Europe. But look, it's in my view, it's got a lot of value, a lot of respect, the Asian Cup, and yeah, it's as I said, it's a European Cup of European football, and all the coaches, all the managers. I'll be honest, Joey, once we sent the letters out selection-wise, I didn't get one reply from a manager trying to push back on letting a player come from Europe coming across to play in the Asian Cup. They were very supportive, every club.
And Michelle, I might come to you.
Hi, Arnie. I just wanted to jump ahead to next week and ask about what you make of India and how you think you're going to go. Obviously, you know, you can't underestimate any team. So, yeah, just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, look, Michelle, at the moment, it's obviously we're doing our homework on India, Syria and Uzbekistan. We are in Abu Dhabi at the moment. We're not in Doha. What I've done this week is mainly let the boys settle in. You know, we've obviously got them tested medically and make sure everything's fine with them, and getting ready for this Bahrain game tomorrow. Then we move across to Doha, and that's when more of the focus will come on the Asian Cup, and obviously being ready for all those games. But on the India side of things, they're a nation that's coming along. They're now ranked number 18, 19 in Asia, so they're coming along as a nation. Syria, you know, as well, they're up in the top 10. So, you know, it's it's always a challenge to these Asian nations, because the investment and the money they pour into football is huge, and every one of these nations is growing.
Just wondering, when we go to a World Cup, I mean, we think that we generally not go there as underdogs, but I mean, we don't certainly go there with the favouritism that we go to an Asian Cup with. Is it different from your perspective, the way you prepare the players, the way you talk to the players about going out there as out-and-out favourites, or is that not something that comes in?
No, it's, for me, it's about our standards, Luke. It's you know, the boys have over the last couple of years, or especially the last 14 months, have raised the standards of the Socceroos enormously, and it's about maintaining those standards on whoever you play against, and the boys know that. And if anything, those friendlies that we had against top opposition and that is really built belief in the squad that they belong on the pitch with those type of players. And obviously with what they're doing at Clubland, they're feeling much better and better about that. So, you know, coming to a tournament like this where, you know, if I'm honest, you go to a World Cup knowing that probably you're not going to win the trophy. But coming to a tournament like this, where you have that motivation and drive, and you can drive the messaging, this is a chance to win a trophy, where you don't get many chances like that in international football, you know, that's what you have to aspire to. And that's the messaging that I'm driving is, you know, we're here for a reason. And that reason is to do our nation proud, do your family proud, and do yourselves proud. And go out there and give everything that we've got. And let's get 2 hands on that trophy.